First of all, thank you for the invitation and the opportunity to be here. Thank you for the reward. And my name is Iris Gur. I'm an educator. I was a teacher and a school principal for a long time. Now I'm retired. I'm volunteer and activist with Combatants for Peace, about 6 years now. And I have like my own story, which is about, and I won't tell it now because it's long, so you have to, but I think the main thing is that the narrative of Combatants for Peace is not only that it was established by ex-combatants, both sides, but about the narrative of the opportunity of transformation, which means that you can do a transformation for yourself and then for the society that you are living with. And this is my story, the transformation. So,
my name is Souliman Khatib. I'm Palestinian and I live in Ramallah. I was born in Jerusalem, and so my family live outside of Jerusalem. Yeah, I'm one of the founders of Combatants for Peace. Almost 20 years ago we started, and as Iris mentioned, the idea of transformation from violence to non-violence is very important in our story. The personal story is also really important. Yeah, and I came to this after being in jail for 10 years, in Israeli jail. Yeah. So I'm active since my childhood. I'm very active. Yeah. So Combatants for Peace, as we mentioned before, has started almost 20 years ago. So the timing, the context, it was the second Intifada, where there was a lot of violence, of course. So some of us has come with the idea of finding a partner in what we call the other side, to create a new narrative, which is not popular and not mainstream, to say, in both society. So we come together as Palestinian Israelis. We created this organization, Combatants for Peace, in order for us to struggle together, like to use non-violence to end the occupation and to create peace for our people, for both peoples, basically. So I think Combatants for Peace historically offers alternative to the darkness that exists, to the mainstream thinking that there is no other way. The only way is occupation, apartheid, us and them, violence, and so on. So we are offering a holistic, a new narrative that's us together, basically. So I think this is a model that can inspire many people, and many people see some hope through this model, and that's what's important, to have a group like Combatants for Peace. It's not that we are a big movement, but for example, part of what we do, like for example, next month we have two big ceremonies. The joint memorial ceremony, which is in the day of the National Israeli Memorial Service. It's in the same time. We created alternative memorial service for both sides, for Palestinians and Israelis, almost 18 years ago, with 100 people join. And now it's one of the biggest ceremonies. Now, last year we had 15,000 people joining, and thousands of people watch this online.
I joined Combatants for Peace 6 years ago because I realized that if we want peace, the only way is working together. So this this is binational movement, Palestinian and Israelis. For me, this is the future for everyone. It's like a little model for one land, two states. So if we can prove that it exists with a small example, small bubble, we can also do it for everyone. For me, to resist or to act non-violent, it's a way of life. So it's not only for one side, it's not only for one occasion, it's about a way of life, it's about the way you think, the way you see the other one, the way you choose to react for everything in your life. So we can teach non-violent, Suli will speak about it, we can teach also non-violent resistance and non-violent language, and it's about everything in our life. And as Suli said, it's not only about Israel and Palestine. To decide to choose non-violent life, I think it's something that it's important for the world, for everyone. It's important to teach children. This is a big question for me, because it touched my heart. For me, what is going on right now in Gaza, it brings me back to my mom, because she was a Holocaust survivor. So even without saying terms, even without the definition of what it is, for me it's something that must be stopped immediately. Thousands of people are paying with their lives, with their soul, because of nothing. No excuse. Even the massacre of 7 October, sorry, it's not an excuse. There is no reason for what is going on now in Gaza. And for me, as an Israeli, I will also say that it's not helping. It's not helping. So no one in Israel is feeling safe now. Even there are so many people that have been killed in Gaza, and the West Bank is burning. So war is not the solution. And this is the way I see it. I'm sorry, but it's like very emotional for me.
Like Iris mentioned, we don't be like, of course, as like, war is not the answer basically, and this is improving what we say over the years, that there is another way and there is no military solution basically. So one, the war against Gaza is not just actually in Gaza. I just want to mention this, like it is mentioned in West Bank, East Jerusalem. Basically, it's coming from the system that believe to push the Palestinian people out, basically, by war, by ethnic cleansing, by house demolition. It's all the same mindset of managing this conflict, supported by also interests of some companies and some business and weapon industry and some countries. So like it is mentioned, I wanted to say this one, the people that live there will stay there. There is no question in my mind. Even if the war and the violence is bigger, and most of the people now feel hopelessness actually, and sad and worry, and it's a traumatic situation now, of course. And we have people actually in Combatants who personally that their families live in Gaza, Ahmad and Fatima. So it's very personal for us, like a personal friend. Haneen, a few people. Also in October 7 we have some friends, Israelis that were killed or kidnapped. We know them personally, Vivian. So we are talking about not something far away, like really like close. So yeah, and now it's time, it's war between, it's a conscious war between people that want darkness and war and kill them all, and us and them, and between who want to make change happen. And that's where we are right now. And that's why I feel our ideas are more important right now than ever. It is about now, actually. Because it's easy to talk about peace and love and non-violence in comfort time. The real test when it's when you are hurt, when it's real in real time, and now it's the real time, and that's why it's important to connect this, to promote alternative, to promote non-violence, and to promote change, real change. And that's why I'm personally grounded and optimistic despite all the losses that are happening at this moment here.
As Suli said, the most important thing, I think, it's the ceremonies, the memorial ceremony on the 12th of May, which is the main thing. This will be, I think, the 19th or the 20th year now that we are doing it. And also the Nakba ceremony on the 15th of May, which also is a common memorial ceremony for the Nakba of 48. And it's also broadcast so you can watch it and share it. I think this is the highlight of the activities, especially the education activities that we are doing, both sides, and the meeting between the people. It's important to understand that there is no possibility to meet Israelis and Palestinians together in our region. So now, especially nowadays, the only option for me to meet Suli will be or at the office, our office in Bejala, or abroad.
In Europe.
Yeah, abroad, like in Europe or somewhere else. So yeah, the possibility to meet together, this is very important. And another thing that we are doing, besides of demonstration, and I think it's very important, is to defend Palestinian communities, especially at the Jordan Valley. They are attacked like by daily time from settlers, violent settlers, and that are coming with army. And to be there and to stay with them, I think it is something that's important. I don't know if we can continue with this for a long time, but it's important to do it. I didn't know much about the Basque people and about Gernika, and this is an honor and a great opportunity for me. And I want to thank you not only for this receiving the prize, but I want to thank you for the opportunity to learn from you. I learned that your message that you as the Basque people choose after after this massacre this bomb, you choose to say, remember and don't get revenge. Am I right?
Yes.
And in Israel, after the Holocaust, the message that I grew up with was remember and don't forget. And I really appreciate that you choose remember and don't get revenge. I think it's important. And for me, I really want that my people will not forget to have humanity. Don't forget humanity for all of us. So thank you.
I really appreciate the opportunity that we're here for this award symbolically because as we said before, like learning from each other experiences and connecting with like-minded people is important, and I think it's important for all of us to highlight the work that your organization, our organization, and other organizations in Colombia and the Global South and everywhere doing, because Martin Luther King said that if we want to make change, I don't know the words even now in my head, but I have it in my heart. If we want to make change, the people that love war are united and strong. And even now, more than ever, practically now, as we see in Gaza, in Ukraine, we mentioned many conflicts everywhere. And so the people that love peace and freedom has to unite and coordinate and to know how to organize. And that's why I think it's very important, this network, and important to counter the mainstream narrative in the mainstream media that, you know, it's about Palestinians, these people, and these Jewish fighting each other. It's not. It's reflecting the global system, the sickness of the global system. And that's why we see a global mobilization now, as we seen a few days ago in Columbia University in the world. It's really burning the world, and it's not because these people love the Palestinian more than they love themselves, or they love to more than they love themselves. It's about themselves. So I think it's showing the model, because the hero is the fighter. Everywhere, in the Hollywood narrative, in the media, everywhere. And it's really important to show a different model, which is non-violence, and to make non-violence attractive to young people everywhere than violence. And that's a very important question that we even don't have the answer for that, actually. Because I don't believe there are people born with violence and people born without violence. That doesn't exist. We have it all. And that's why we, as one of my friends was saying the other day, it's a constant work to bring the good inside us, to counter the other narrative of darkness and offer alternative. And that's why it's important to highlight this work with symbolic award from here, especially when I look at the pictures of the destruction that happened in Gernika before. It just, for me, immediately it goes, Gaza is just exactly in that year. So that's why we speak about the Holocaust, speak about the destruction of the Basque people here, speak about destruction of Gaza right now. It's literally the same, but with much more modern weapons and stronger weapons. And that's unfortunately the circle we need to break.